Okay, time for another standard event, this time with a mono green food deck. The one card that I was worried about was Ram Through. I was only playing 3 of them, but I pretty much knew I was just going to keep on drawing them when I didn't need them. But I think it is a useful card for the deck, given that there are trample creatures that can get pretty big, like the Stone Coil Serpent and the Feasting Troll King. And even though you have the Wicked Wolf, I think you need like a little bit more removal. Maybe Primal Might is just better. I do like Ram Through because it's an instant and you're not going to get like punished with a 2-for-1 or something when you go for it. But yeah, sometimes it's just not what you need, especially if you're playing against a control deck. So yes, I made sure to put the Witch's Oven in this deck. I think I forgot to put it in before, but I took out one of the Ram Throughs for a Witch's Oven, so I used to have 4 Ram Throughs in this deck, but I don't really think you need them. But the Witch's Oven is pretty useful, especially since I have a Wicked Wolf in hand. So this game playing against, I don't know what it is, black-white life gain, I guess? Yeah, it's probably black-white life gain. Yeah, that's not the best card. Especially when I have a Wicked Wolf to play. I also have the Great Henge, so this game is looking pretty good for me. I'm glad that I'm watching this at a faster speed. I wasn't commentating while I was playing it. And yeah, I get to watch it back at a faster speed now when I do the commentary. Not because I thought the deck would be bad, but yeah, they have 100 and I think they've got like a 200 card deck or something. I don't know why. Opponent's deck here does not seem like a top tier deck, I'll put it that way. And yeah, this game, it felt like they were a new player because they were taking a long time to make decisions. Even just at the start of the game, like turn 1. There was the rope getting burned. And yeah, I could just kill him here, so I did. Could have got 1 more damage as well with the ooze. I could have even, yeah. How about I actually organize the win record here, which I forgot to do earlier, but I am at 1-0. There we go. And again, Ram Through. I was so annoyed every time I drew Ram Through. Pretty sure I used it in maybe 1 game this whole time. Because of course I'm playing against a control deck that won't even have any creatures. I played the Trail the turn before because otherwise I would have had to discard it and then I wouldn't have had any food for the wolf. But I was worried that they would have an extinction event here, which is why I wasn't just playing everything. But they had me dead by like turn 6 here. As soon as they played Underworld Dreams, I knew what their deck was, and there's another ram through, which I was not thrilled about, drawing all my ram throughs against the control deck. Yeah, but as soon as they played Underworld Dreams, I was like, yeah, they're gonna have that. They're just gonna kill me with one spell here. And there it is. And I think that was turn 6 for them. Just win on turn 6, because I can't do anything about it. Yeah, and there was like 24 damage on the stack then. Didn't matter that I was just did not matter about the gaining 3 life then. The only way I suppose I could have won that game is if I killed them before turn 7. But if I was threatening lethal, maybe they just had an extinction event anyway and they just didn't need to use it. So this game was kind of interesting. I think I actually got to use ram through in this game. Maybe it's the only game where I actually get to play that card. Yeah, this trade is fine for me. I'm trading a 5/5 that can't attack for a 5/5 that can grow every turn, which I was pretty happy with. And they can make their creatures bigger with counters and stuff, but I was feeling pretty comfortable here with a Wicked Wolf that can just block anything. Also, Troll King can just attack because it has Vigilance and Trample and everything. They don't have a lot of mana either, so if they do want to tap my creatures with a Giant Killer, they only have like 2 mana to work with. So yeah, I attacked there because if they did go for a double block, I would then use Ram through to save my Troll King. They did have a removal spell here, but I had the Witch's Oven to use, so I did. If they attacked there, I could have just blocked with my Wicked Wolf and killed their best creature. And yeah, decided just to get aggressive here. I was still on 19 life. I didn't think they were going to kill me in one attack, especially when I had 2 7/6 to block with. I have a lot of mana here that I don't need, because all I have to play is a ram through. But I used it then to get 1 more damage before they got the counter on. It means that I hit them for 1. But yeah, then they just scooped it up. They made a big creature, but it didn't have trample. Also, it wouldn't have been able to kill me anyway. This game is pretty interesting. Usually I hold off on the ooze for the late game, but given that I'm playing against the mono blue, which probably doesn't really have removal, also they're milling me, so there's plenty of food in the graveyard that I can just keep spending my extra mana on to try to kill them before I run out of cards. And that was basically the game plan here. Which is kind of always the game plan against mill. You gotta try to be as aggressive as you can. so that you can get them before you run out of cards. I suppose given that they had to spend their mana on dealing with my creatures, then they couldn't be spending it on milling me, I guess. So I just wanted to try to diversify my creatures, like, since I was pretty sure they would only have removal for like a single creature. And I think they just die here, because I have 12 damage on the board. Even if they do like deal with one of my creatures, I could potentially just boost another ooze to an 8-powered creature. I did get every Troll King in the grave, but I didn't have enough food. All I had was the trails to make food, which, yeah, I was thinking about, but I was thinking about that the Troll Kings should be decent against the mill deck, but if you don't have the food, they don't really do anything anyway. So playing against mono red here, I think this was like a really close game. I could have played the Goose turn 1, but I figured maybe it would just get killed like it always does. So I wanted to have the oven out first anyway. So in case they did try to bone crush or something, I could just use the oven. The option I had then was to make a food with the Goose or play the Wicked Wolf. I was pretty sure it was going to be a lot safer just playing a Wicked Wolf then. Even though I did want the mana for things like the Great Henge and the Troll King. And I actually sacrificed the Goose here. I'm still not sure if it was the right play or not. But I think it worked out. It wasn't just like 100% one way or the other, whether it's a good play or not. But I knew that I wanted the food since I had Wicked Wolves. But, you know, the Goose could have made a food. And, of course, I didn't draw anything to play that turn. So I guess I just wasted all my mana for one turn. But this was interesting because I was thinking about just making one of them indestructible, but then the other one would get killed anyway. So I'm like, I want a bigger creature anyway, so how about I just make sure that I have a 5/5 so that then I can play the Henge. And I also drew the Scavenging Ooze, which was a pretty good draw. But my opponent also drawing pretty good here. Torbrand, Anax, and Embercleave. So they knew how to draw cards. Did not make it easy here. But Wicked Wolf, probably the only creature in the game that could survive something like that. I drew another Henge and I played it just to gain the 2 life from it. So I'm glad they didn't have some sort of artifact removal. And I'm glad I decided to gain some life then, because I'm pretty sure I needed it. Yeah, I had to do like a lot of counting here, but I guess they already knew how much damage they had. I guess I just had to survive this turn and then they were probably dead next turn. But what I could have done this turn was put one of the Troll Kings in the oven to prevent another 2 damage, because they're already blocking one of their creatures. So they're already, yeah. So I did have to think, like, do I need to prevent another 2 damage? because I had to sacrifice the Troll King to do so, so it wasn't just free. But I'm pretty sure they were dead so maybe I should have just made that play anyway, because if I untap with a Wolf and a Troll King, they should be dead. But they did still have mana, so they could have played another blocker. Also, yeah, that Annex was massive, and they had a Torbrain out at the same time. So even though I had an 11/11 indestructible Wolf, I still didn't feel safe at all. I just wanted to draw a Wicked Wolf this game. And I kept on not drawing Wicked Wolf. This Goose was decent, but then I just draw a land. And even if I did draw a Wicked Wolf here, I wouldn't be able to play it, because I would only have 3 mana. And wow, yeah, maybe that's what won them this game. This Embereth Shieldbreaker, which I was not happy to see. I mean, I do have Great Henge in this deck, so I guess I'm glad that they were destroying that and not a Great Henge, but it still set me back a lot. And then yeah, the creature's like free anyway because they get to draw a card off it. So I could have drawn a card then off the trail, but then I wouldn't have a food. And when I'm playing a Wicked Wolf, I'm pretty sure I want the food there. I was thinking I could have used the Garenbrig then to play the Wolf and make a food with the Goose. And maybe that's what I should have done. I was like pretty sure they had an Embercleave here. And I was pretty annoyed by that too. But I made what I thought would be the best block anyway, if they did have the Embercleave. And they got to kill my Ooze, but I also got to kill the creature that had the cleave on it. But yeah, I know why they killed my Ooze. Because of what they play next. So it still wasn't looking too bad here, I guess, even though they have an Embercleave and a 5/5 creature. I actually made what I thought was a pretty good play on this turn. So they attacked me with a Lovestruck Beast, so I actually just double block it here. Even though it kind of doesn't look like I'll kill their Lovestruck Beasts. I waited for them to pick which creature to hit first, and then that's the one I gave Indestructible to, so that both of my wolves would hit their creature then. But then they had a Scavenge Goose, which I even drew an Embercleave, which was maybe my best draw. But yeah, the fact that they put a Scavenging Ooze onto the board after that, and they still have the Embercleave, meant that I was kind of in trouble here. I was thinking maybe Gemrazor would be a decent card for this deck. There are the Stonecoil Serpents that you can put the Gemrazor onto, and it has reach for things like rogue decks. I couldn't even block this Scavenging Ooze with everything to kill it, as much as I wanted to. I was like one damage short, so if there was any way I could have had another food, which there would have been if I had the Witch's Oven. But yeah, this game is just kind of over by this point, and then there's the card that I was not thrilled to draw then. But yeah. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. No way I could have survived that, I don't think. I was thinking just then, maybe I could have got the wolf to 7, but I think I could have got it to 6, given the way that I drew then. But 6 isn't 7, which means the ram through wouldn't have been able to kill their ooze, and they could have just, yeah, they could have just had like a 10-10 ooze that would murder me, I'm pretty sure. With double strike, and I was on like 3 life, so I can't stop like 20 damage. And yeah, this is probably the last game. Did I draw well this game? No, I did not draw well at all, because I drew 2 out of the 3 ram throughs when they do absolutely nothing. Would have been nice if I could have just drawn a creature or something, but apparently not. Maybe even a Great Henge would have been nice, but no. Just lands and ram throughs. And yeah, I was just over it by this point. They could have done any number of things there, like a Genesis Ultimatum or a... I don't think they were quite up to Ugin Manor, but yeah, that... I just immediately took out the ram throughs, mostly for a joke. You might still want them in this deck. I never played that many matchups then where ram through is any good. There was that mono red game where it would have been nice and I didn't draw it. So yeah, I just took out ram throughs for Vivian then. That probably makes the deck way worse, but I was just annoyed. I think maybe Gem Razor could work. I don't think... Vivian's kind of expensive, so I think Gem Razor's probably better. Because even if you are playing against rogues, Vivian probably just gets counted because it's kind of expensive. Or killed with like a Blood Chief's Thirst or something. Anyway, that was it for this run with my mono green food deck. I forgot to update the score, didn't I? I suppose I'm happy with 4-3. I don't think I was expecting that much. So yeah, even when you go 4-3, I'm pretty sure you just get your 500 gold back anyway, so it's like a free standard event. Anyway, so that's it for this video. So thanks for watching, bye.